Role overview. What does a technical lead actually do in an AI-first company? Traditionally, a tech lead was responsible for writing scalable code, reviewing pull requests, and guiding a team. But in an AI-first company, the role evolves significantly. Now, you're not just building software systems, you're building systems that can reason, decide, and act autonomously. This means your responsibility shifts from writing logic to designing intelligence, and that's exactly what this role is about. Understanding AI-first thinking. In a traditional system, everything is deterministic. For example, user clicks a button, API is called, backend returns a fixed response. But in an AI-first system, the output is not always fixed. The system has to interpret, reason, and generate responses. For instance, instead of writing 100 if-else conditions for customer support, you use an LLM that understands queries dynamically. But this introduces challenges. Responses may vary, accuracy is not guaranteed, cost depends on token usage, latency is unpredictable. So as a tech lead, your job is to decide when to use AI, when to avoid it, how to control it in production. This is where real expertise comes in. Deep dive into agentic workflows. Now let's talk about the most important concept, agentic workflows. An agent is not just a model, it's a system that can think, reason, take actions, use tools, learn from context. Simple example: a basic agent might receive a user query, call an LLM, return a response. Advanced agentic system, but in real-world systems, it's much more complex. Imagine this flow. Agent 1 understands the problem, Agent 2 searches a knowledge base, RAG, Agent 3 calls external APIs, Agent 4 validates results. This is called a multi-agent system. Techniques you must know as a tech lead: you should deeply understand, react, reason plus act. The agent thinks step by step and takes actions. Tree of thought: the agent explores multiple reasoning paths before deciding. Tool calling: the agent interacts with APIs, databases, or services. Memory system: short-term current session, long-term stored knowledge. Vector DB: key shift. You are no longer writing functions like if, condition, do something. Instead, you are designing decision-making flows, autonomous pipelines, intelligent orchestration systems, backend and microservices, making AI scalable. AI alone is not enough, it must run inside a scalable backend system. You will design systems using Node.js, Nest.js, microservices architecture. Why microservices? Because AI workloads are heavy, asynchronous, unpredictable. You need independent services, fault isolation, horizontal scaling. Real example: one service handles user requests, another handles AI inference, another handles embeddings, another handles notifications, all connected via APIs, REST, gRPC, message queues, Kafka, Redis. Your responsibility: ensure high throughput, low latency, fault tolerance. You should think in terms of what happens if one service fails. How do we retry AI calls? How do we manage rate limits? Full stack awareness, MERN. Even though this is a back-end heavy role, you cannot ignore the front end. Because AI responses are not always predictable. The front end must handle loading states, streaming responses, partial outputs, error handling gracefully. For example, showing typing indicators for LLM responses, displaying confidence levels, allowing users to refine queries. You will guide teams using React, Next.js state management tools. Your job is to ensure the user experience matches AI behavior. AI infrastructure and cost optimization. One of the biggest challenges in AI systems is cost and performance. Unlike traditional APIs, every request costs tokens. More context equals higher cost, longer responses equals higher latency. You need to optimize prompt design, token usage, caching strategies. Tools: you'll use vector databases for retrieval, embedding pipelines, model monitoring tools. Questions you must answer: why is this request expensive? Why is latency high? Why is output incorrect? This is where many engineers struggle, but a strong tech lead treats AI as a measurable system. DevOps and production systems. Once everything is built, it needs to run reliably. You will work with cloud platforms, AWS, GCP, Docker and Kubernetes/CD pipelines. Key focus areas: auto-scaling, monitoring, logging, error tracking, because when AI fails, debugging is harder than normal systems. You must ensure full visibility into request model outputs, failures, leadership, and decision-making. Finally, this role is about leadership. You are responsible for making architectural decisions, mentoring engineers, ensuring delivery, but most importantly, you act as the bridge between business needs, engineering systems, AI capabilities. A technical lead in an AI-first company is not just an engineer. They are a system architect, an AI strategist, a problem solver, someone who can design systems that don't just scale in traffic, but scale in intelligence and autonomy.